Alright guys, so it's round 4, the last round of Swiss at tonight's Friday Night Magic tournament. We've got a winning in game here. We just saw on the right Garrett Meadows drop his round 3 feature match against Adam Vickers. Vickers going on with the Green-Black Devotion to draw into the top 4. Garrett's opponent is Dave Brown, who's playing an Orzhov Midrange deck. Dave, our resident Commander enthusiast turned occasional standard participant, only plays his own decks, and it's always good to see him doing relatively well in the tournament. Firing off a turn 2 Tithe Drinker, it looks like. Is that what that card is?
Yeah.
So 2/1 lifelink, right?
Yep, with Extort.
Your other undefeated player tonight is Alec Myers on Colossal Gruul. We've also got Nick Reed on Colossal Gruul and Logan Cutlip on Blue-White, battling out in another winning in. And then Brandon Gibbs on Mono Blue against Evan Pauley, I think is a new player here at the store, in the last winning in matchup. So that is I don't know what that is. Is it an Eidolon?
Hopeful Eidolon?
It's a 1-drop that he extorted.
Yeah, it's Hopeful Eidolon. It's a 1/1 lifelink with Bestow of 4.
Here's what you need to know about Dave Brown. He likes to gain life. He likes it a lot. His favorite card in Magic is Elixir of Immortality. And I never know what's going to show up in his deck. But Dave is a competent Magic player. He understands how the games work together. So a little bit of a budget build, but good cards nevertheless. So I think Dave has an Underworld Connections in his hand. We've got free reign to resolve whatever we want to here, as Garrett is currently tapped out. Underworld Connections is going to be the answer, and he's going to use some of that newfound life to draw an extra card. We can serve in here for 1 on the Jace if we want to, right? Because of the delayed trigger.
Yeah.
At least keep him honest. In round 1, we saw Logan, partially thanks to Brandon Gibbs, I think, forgetting he could make creatures unblockable with that. So just play a Jace, take it up, immediately ultimate it, and just win. So there's a D-Sphere, likely going to hit the Underworld Connections. Garrett did not approve of the just turning it over method. Where are those sleeves from? Are those from the Elder Dragon Vault, like the first round?
Yeah.
So Jace ticked up, so we still have relatively innocuous offense here. Another Eidolon, we're going to extort it so we can at least get some damage in edgewise, right? Oh! See, this is what I like. I don't know what that one is. Garrett doesn't know either. So here's the Dave Brown Brew of the Week. It's an Imperial Armor deck, right? He needs to learn to.
I know what that card is.
He needs to attack with that Eidolon, or he's going to get blown up by Celestial Flare. Oh, okay. You know what it does?
Yeah, it's I think it's Dying Wish. 2 mana. Whenever it dies, it deals X damage to the opponent, where X is its power, and you like gain life. I think it's Dying Wish.
Well, we're fixing to find out. That's the one, right?
Looks like it.
When enchanted creature dies, target player loses X life, and you gain X life where X is its power. And we're triggering that right now, it looks like. So Garrett, Supreme Verdict's away Dave's board, but also goes to 9 in the process. So Dave doing what Dave does best, take draft commons and turn it into a real deck. And there's Exquisite Blood.
Sanguine
That's Sanguine Bond.
Yeah.
So whenever he gains life, Garrett loses life?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Looks of Immortality. Oh, that one's for Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure Dave Brown just takes control of every elixir that enters the battlefield.
Every time I find one, I give it to him. Oh, he's going to cast Trading Post. Because that's what he does. That's what Dave Brown does. He casts Trading Post. But a dissolve is going to take care of that, and Dave's quickly running out of steam here. But the Garrett's not out of the woods by any means here as he cycles Nazorius Charm at any turn. Because Dave has just nonchalantly gained 16 life up to 36. Garrett still does not have a win condition on board because he has a Mutavault, but and then Dave just needs to gain what I guess his life total is effectively 14.
Yeah.
Divination or 2 lands. We take the divination here. I like it. So the lifelink Eidolon gains life, combos with Sanguine Bond. There's another trading post. That one's going to stick. Discard a land to gain 4 life. Put Garrett down to 5.
I mean, so good.
Here's the deal. Like, I'm sure Garrett doesn't like to lose, but like, can you be upset if you lose to Trading Post, Exquisite Blood combo, or Sanguine Bond combo? That's pretty nice. Gosh, Dave Brown. There's the D-Sphere. So part of the combo is going away. I assume it will be the Sanguine Bond.
Yeah.
So Garrett's running pretty good here to have grab that D-Sphere off the top. Oh, I wanted to get there. I mean, I don't want to root against Garrett per se, but yeah, you take that one because the Trading Post doesn't really do anything without the.
Yeah.
But at least with Trading Post, Dave's never has a dead draw.
Yeah.
There's an Eidolon. He says he can start chipping away. It's going to meet an Essence Scatter, though. It's also relevant because isn't that the one you have to sack to draw a card, a creature?
Can sacrifice an artifact to draw a card. Sack an artifact, draw a card. Sack a creature, return target artifact, I think.
Well, let's find out for sure.
Okay.
Discard a card, gain 4 life, pay 1 life, make a goat, sack a goat, return target artifact from your graveyard to your hand, sack an artifact, draw a card.
Okay.
So Dave draws and just passes back there. And then Garrett's going to use this opportunity to cycle his elixir, put him back up to 10. When you came to FNM tonight, did you figure, yeah, somebody's probably going to be playing Sanguine Blood Trading Post combo for the win?
Well, I did see Dave Brown when I walked through the door, but I also assumed that it was going to be Archaeomancer combo.
Garrett is ruining all of our fun.
Come on, Garrett. Why do you have to try and win?
I know, right? We used to do those things where we let people on the stream vote for someone to play a deck. We should do one of those again.
That would be good with the standard.
I'm sure Garrett would participate.
Yeah.
Sphinx for 7, going to probably put this game out of reach for Dave. He's playing. He's basically drawing off the top. He's drawing 2 irrelevant cards. Trading Post is not really getting the job done here, and Garrett's just reloaded with what I can imagine is infinite counter magic.
But you can make a goat and then bestow it.
I gave him a goat token. He was looking for a goat token earlier. I'm assuming we're just looking for Elspeth or Aetherling. Dave goes, ooh, Aetherling. That is going to be a tough one. I don't know. I feel like this has been a win just to see Dave
Yeah.
flame javelin Garrett by discarding a plains. That felt pretty good. It's actually kind of unfortunate for Dave that he's paired against the D-Sphere deck because there's not a lot of decks that would have been able to, like the mono black deck, it wouldn't have been able to deal with this by nearly as much. We got a relevant one here. It's not resolving. It's Sphere of Safety. This is the Pillow Fort aspect of the game. I mean, it's inevitable that whatever Dave casts is going to get resolved. Sphere of Safety is basically a propaganda effect where you have to pay 1 for each enchantment Dave controls in order to attack, which pairs well with the rest of his deck, obviously. serve in with an Aetherling. Tick up our Jace. Discard to the trading post. Go ahead and gain. So Garrett's going to do for a turn. Dave's going to gain for a turn. Underworld connections. There's no way this resolves. Dissolve. Dave just passes back on a cycle and Azorius Charm. The chat getting on Garrett for not only ruining all of our fun, but also not attacking with his Mutavaults to expedite the process. So Dave tries to resolve a whip here. I think the only creatures in his graveyard are Eidolons and Tithe Drinker, right?
Yeah.
We don't have enough mana to activate it anyway, so it's not a...
You can get back Tithe Drinker and do a sweet 1 damage. Because of that Jace.
Garrett's going to go ahead. Garrett's in the situation now where he has such an abundance of riches that he's Sphinx's revving for 2 at end of turn. D-Sphere taking out the trading post.
I thought trading post was blocking D-Sphere. That was my automatic thought.
Yeah, before it goes away, Dave's going to get in one last hurrah, gain 4 life. But this one is basically over. Dave was what? He got Garrett down to 5. His life total was effectively 10 with the elixir, so about 2 or 3 turns away from being relevant.
If he didn't have the D-Sphere, just...
Yeah, I mean, Garrett's run fairly well to get that second D-Sphere relatively early. After he casts all those revelations, it's obvious that he's going to get more D-Spheres. Is this Grey Merchant going to resolve? Somebody dropped their phone. So 4 points each way, puts Dave up to 36, drops Garrett to 15. Oh no, Dave's at 28, I should say. We can ultimate Jace now, can't we?
Yeah.
Or is it an 8 ultimate?
8 ultimate, yeah.
Just still going on. I'm really tired and this is not helping. I might pack it in at the top 4. I'm not feeling too great. Need to get some rest. Dave conveniently finding the most glare-ridden portion of the... Do you have any of this that you want to liquidate these prices? So serves in with an Aetherling. I mean, the inevitability is here, but Dave's not the kind of guy that has ever scooped in his lifetime.
Unless you destroy his lands or take extra turns.
Yeah, and Garrett ultimates Jace, and Dave goes ahead and scoops up to it. But Garrett's saying, I wanted to look through your deck. gut shots now. I'm upset about it.
No. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Gut shot was already attack against Mother Verns anyway. Maverick
Yeah.
decks used to play 3 in the sideboard just in the mirror and against Death and Taxes. Because you can kill Thalia easily and kill Mom on turn 1 before it gets active.
Okay, so quick question. What do you think that would replace in the Death and Taxes deck?
I think Flicker Wisp.
That's what I was thinking.
Because Flicker Wisp is the least impactful card.
Yeah.
And it's just better because it's a 3-1. It doesn't fly, but
Yeah.
I don't think you care. It's going to be dead in some matchups, but you already have dead cards in some matchups. Like Judge's Familiar is awful in some matchups.
Yeah.
Like
I took those out, but
yeah, but I mean, just
Yeah,
like Dryad
just-
Militant in some cases is not that great.
Yeah.
You know.
any hate bear can be bad
Yeah.
in some.
Yeah. But I think it will definitely see play. All right, so back to we'll quit our discussion of Legacy Death and Taxes as an archetype, and go ahead and return to our action here, as they reset the life totals, and this Tithe Drinker piles in for 2 life. If you're just joining us, why is Dave Brown playing a Tithe Drinker? Because first of all, it's Dave Brown. What do you expect? Second of all, Dave has a very interesting and what seems like fun to play black-white life gain deck, in which he kills his opponents with Tithe Drinkers, Hopeful Eidolons with Imperial Armor, Sanguine Bond, Trading Posts, and a variety of other life gain shenanigans. So there's an Imperial Armor on the Tithe Drinker. We're going to serve in for 3 this time. And Garrett is just content to take up to 2 and wipe out that Tithe Drinker in his own time. So in order for Dave to win this, he really needs to resolve a Sanguine Bond and hope that Garrett never draws a D-Sphere.
Yeah.
So
What
Garrett,
is that in that pile
that
of
was
last breath?
it looked like a Last Breath, which Garrett doesn't really need at this point. And pre-combat, he's going to. Whoops.
Rarely used mode of Orzhov Charm. Return target creature to your creature to your hand, and all enchantments attached to it.
Dave Brown is a legend. A nice ratchet bomb, bro. Here's my Hopeful Eidolon. You might as well run out the Imperial Armor, shouldn't you? While he's tapped
Ether
out.
Armor.
What did I say? Imperial Armor?
Yeah.
Basically does the same thing as the
we'll
old
put
Imperial
it
Armor.
on the,
I would put on a Tithe Drinker,
yeah.
just in case of future Ratchet Bomb shenanigans. We're going to tick up the Jace here. There's a Divination. We know that Garrett shoved a Last Breath off of a Jace -2.
I want to see Dave Brown later in this matchup return Hopeful Eidolon with Orzhov Charm.
Mm-hmm.
Just do all of the things that card never does.
With all the cards no one should ever play.
Yeah.
Imperial Armor on the Tithe Drinker. I think Garrett's mulling over a response here.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so Garrett had one in hand there, so that's a potential blowout for Dave.
Let's see play here.
Yep, so just remembering to exile the Last Breath. Replaying a Tithe Drinker and another Ethereal Armor.
Should extort this, right? Unless he has something.
I think he just missed that one there. Also, he could have put the Ethereal Armor on the Eidolon and swung in for damage.
Yeah.
So, another Glare of Heresy, Divination, and a card I can't make out. Off a Jace -2. It looks like a land, looks like a Guild Gate.
God's willing is. Oh,
So another removal spell, this time in the form of Glare of Heresy, takes out a suited up Tithe Drinker. I don't think Dave has a sideboard, otherwise I would think you maybe sideboard out the Ethereal Armors.
yeah.
Because they're never going to be very good against Garrett. And there is Dying Wish.
Nailed it.
So we're going to kill that Jace. We looked at it earlier, and I still don't remember what it does. I know it fireballs somebody when it dies. When it dies, target player loses X life. You gain X life where it's its power. So there's Sphere of Safety. Does it resolve? It's actually not that great against Garrett, who at the end of turn is going to Sphinx's Rev for 4. Sphere of Safety is basically good against a deck that can never really hope to pay for it. For example, Joseph, your mono-red Blitz deck struggles against Sphere of Safety, in which you want to attack with several creatures, can never afford to pay for more than about one of them. Yeah. There's also a situation in which he locks you out of the game entirely, where he has like 4 enchantments and you can never pay because you never get a 4th land.
He also plays Mono Lifelink. I think I would have killed myself if I would have played against Dave Brown. I would have like cut my wrists and gone into the ditch outside or something.
I'm getting pretty close to banning somebody in the chat for just being a useless grump. So Dave playing off the top here. That's the one-drop extort guy. What's his name? I liked that little guy in the draft. Do you remember his name?
Throw Parasite?
Yeah, Throw Parasite.
I like it.
We're only 17 extort triggers away from getting there.
Yeah.
Miracle to Orzhov Guildgate.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Thrall beatdown commences. Dave has a hearty laugh about something out there. He's never winning this game, but he's getting his $5 worth here. Gray Merchant would only be for 3. Oh man, I've lost it. Yep, this is going to be a 4 rounds of Swiss. See you at the house kind of moment. I'm working that PTQ this weekend. It's in Indy, so I got a little bit of a drive. These are sweet giveaways this week, Joseph.
Ooh,
Sync collectors. It's pretty good. It's playable.
Yeah.
Looks like an ET.
Yeah.
It's not a good look from my man there.
His eyes are foiled, so it looks like he's going to like kill you with an electric birdhouse. That's what it looks like.
Well, it's a little known fact that the majority of sin in the world manifests itself inside electric birdhouses.
Yeah. So he collects them along with electric birdhouses.
Yes. Aetherling makes an appearance, so we should be close to this game being over. 4-turn clock, assuming Dave doesn't gain a million life. The RPG guys laughing like hyenas out there this time. Dissolve nicks a trading post, and Dave Brown has seen enough. So shout out to Dave Brown for making round 4 at least entertaining there. We did get the awesome spot where he had Sanguine Bond and Trading Posts online, And Garrett was drawing very slim to a detention sphere off the top, which unfortunately he found because he ruins all of our fun. But guys, I apologize, but I'm going to have to pack it in today. I'm not feeling tremendously well, and I do have a commitment tomorrow that I would rather not miss. But we appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, click the follow button. It's over there somewhere. Subscribe to us here on Twitch. Also, follow me on Twitter at ZachSellsMagic. Subscribe on YouTube at youtube.com/ZachSellsMagic. Like our Facebook page with daily magic content, news updates, information about the stream. Facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. And then we'll be back here next week for the last standard before rotation. We might also have the midnight pre-release stream. There won't be commentary for that, but I might just stream it anyway. And then the week after that, so 2 weeks from tonight, is going to be the Born of the Gods booster draft. So we don't usually get to do a lot of drafts, so that's one opportunity to check that out. So I hope you enjoyed things. Again, apologies for not finishing out the tournament, but I just don't have it in me tonight. So from Joseph Deal, myself, and everybody here at Lost Legion Games and Comics, thanks for watching. We'll hope to see you guys next week. Take care.